Hey there, Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play Civilization 6 Rise and Fall in Swifthawk Lightning War, a new series playing daily at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. This is my second Lightning War series on the channel, and my first in Rise and Fall. We're, of course, playing as Lautaro of the Mapuche, the Swifthawk himself. Keep an eye on the sidebar for more information on the Civilization and series as I get the ball rolling here. But just for a bit of background, the Mapuche are indigenous to South America, mainly Chile and Argentina, so it's great to see them represented in Civilization, and they're led in-game, of course, by none other than Lautaro, who back in the 16th century led an armed resistance against Spanish conquistadors when he was just a teenager. So we're, of course, including Spain as an adversary in this playthrough, along with just two random opponents. And I'm going to try to make it my particular objective to defeat Spain militarily in this campaign. Like BLITZKRIEG did, which was the first Lightning War series, we're going to use game settings and a few modifications to pick up the pace and up the intensity a little bit. The series is intended to be short, rapid fire, and fun. I do want to note that I'm playing on Immortal difficulty again, although this time I'm using a mod that takes away the AI's extra settlers. The aim being to create a more challenging playthrough for me than my typical Civ playthrough, while nerfing what I think is the Emperor, Immortal, and Deity AI's most ridiculous bonus. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. I think I've got a start that I like here, to tell you the truth. This is our initial spawn, and we've got stone right near us, so we could potentially throw down Stonehenge here if we're lucky. That's going to be the only spot we could put it, though, unless we wanted to kill our cattle, which is pretty much not an option at all, or kill our rice, also not an option. But we've got copper 2, a couple of animal husband... No, 3 animal husbandry... No, wait. Okay, that's 4 tiles. Never mind. So yeah, 3 animal husbandry tiles nearby, in addition to crabs. And it looks like we're somewhere near the southern edge of the map. There we go. So not a bad start. Let's go ahead and throw the city down. Ngulumapu has been founded, and let's see. And we'll go for a scout first. That's my usual. But if I go for a food focus, will that help him? Good. I want that. I would rather have the second citizen in place so I can crank out a settler as soon as possible once the scout is done. So I might kind of manage that timing turn by turn for a bit. Let's open up the research tree. Actually, I'll go ahead and open this back up. And then I think I will go for astrology first, so we can go for religion if possible. We'll only have 3 opponents on this map, so there's going to be... While there will be less competition for religion, when there's so few opponents and, you know, when the map is a certain size... Actually, no, I think it's based on opponent count. There can only be so many religions. Let's actually see if the game will tell us. The tab's not even available yet. But there are specific limits on how many religions can be founded. So we're still going to need to be pretty expedient on this difficulty level if we're going to get a religion. Our warrior can go ahead and start scouting, and I guess the best thing to do would be to move them... about there. Okay, more rice in range of the capital. So if I am careful with my builders, this is going to be a rapidly growing city. I'm liking this a lot. Like I said, I'm going to be playing pretty rapidly. First turns might be a little bit deliberate, just again to manage this. Let's take a look. Skipped 1 turn there, but let me... Yeah, that's better actually. I'm going to turn off food focus now. The scouts are arriving a little bit sooner, but the city's still growing at the same pace. That makes me happy. That looks like the edge there, so I know I'm not going to discover anything if I put the unit in that spot. Let me go ahead and move them to the rice tile there. Nice! We have found a tribal village, aka Goody Hut. I do have some of my basic mods turned back on, as you might have seen on the mod information tab. So I've got Barbarian XP, the Crazy Scots more Barbarian XP turned on, so Barbarians will be a little bit more advantageous for us to fight. What do we get? A boost towards Masonry, and we found the first Barbarian encampment. So we did get some era score for clearing that tribal village. So yeah, we've got more Barbarian XP turned on. I've also got less unit XP required turned on, which is a first for the channel. But what that does is it basically allows units to get promoted faster, whether it's an exploring scout or a warrior unit. So it does apply to both my units and the AI's units. So it's going to be an interesting run here. It means that units in general will be higher level, easier to promote.
Bom dia.
How very appropriate.
Parece que mentes brilhantes se atraem.
So Brazil is also on the map. It is an honor to meet you, sir, and we would love to sample your hospitality. Unfortunately, we did meet Pedro with a warrior unit, so he's going to be a little bit negatively predisposed to us. Our knowledge of riding has, of course, gotten a boost because of that. But if we look at our relationship, it's neutral, but let's see. All right, so I'm guessing the -3 is because we met them with a warrior. That's a little bit unfortunate. Let's see if we can send a delegation nonetheless. Yeah, I have experienced in Civ 6 Rise and Fall currently, as of February 2018, it really seems like the AI doesn't want to accept that delegation right out of the gate. It's really tough to get him to do that, which is honestly kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and attack this scout, get some experience for the warrior. Also, our scout has finished building in Ngulumapu. I'm guessing that's how you pronounce that. Let's go ahead and... let's see, because we have... this is another mod. I've got Scout Ranger Plus added back, so a little bit of extra movement for the scout, as well as a free promotion to start out. So what I think I'll do is send them the opposite direction the warrior went. Also extra movement range. The reason I use... or not extra movement range, but extra visibility. I already mentioned the movement range. The reason I use this mod is that it makes scouts a little bit more survivable. I think in Civilization 6 Vanilla, the scouts are just a little bit too easy to just lose for stupid reasons. Just a little bit. That's all I'm talking about. And so I don't like giving them extra combat strength because I don't really think they should be much stronger, if stronger at all. But I do like giving them a little bit more visibility so you can explore the map faster, especially in a series like this. And the extra movement speed helps them get out of sticky situations faster. They're scouts. I mean, they're meant to be nimble units that can get around the map and figure out where they're going. So I guess it looks like we've got some, some woods nearby, but Brathil is mainly up where the jungle... the jungle is in their direction, and we don't necessarily want to scout in that direction. We want to scout away from Brazil because we want to find more goody huts. So let's go for faster movement on hill terrain to start, and continue after that. Now, we do... see, here's the thing. I want that settler, but I also want my culture as soon as possible. If we go for a monument, we'll get +1 culture and +1 loyalty per turn if we build that right now, which will really help us with our early game civics. Whereas if we went for a settler, we'd have to wait a good while longer. Yeah, let me see if putting you on production focus makes... no, it doesn't make it any faster. Damn. Yeah, okay, well, I'll just keep you on no focus for now and continue. Alright, seems like that scout might be about to meet his doom. Or maybe not. We'll see. Oh, awesome. Alright, oh damn, he did move. Okay. Well, let's see if we can corner him. We've got him in zone of control, so depending on where he moves, we might be able to kill him before Pedro does. Let's also continue to poke around with this scout. Good. Another goody hut. 5 turns away from our monument. Please, for the love of God. Nope. He ran into the woods, so we won't be able to get him just yet. But we are headed for that goody hut. 4 turns away from our monument and our improved culture per turn. Yeah, unfortunately, he is pretty much getting away at this point. I want that goody hut, though, so let's grab that. Got some gold. When can we buy our first... buy a scout? I don't want to buy a scout, though. I might go for buying a builder at 130 gold. We're making a decent amount of gold so far, so... might go for that.
It is not wisdom, but authority that makes a law.
Okay, so this is our first Civic. Civics will arrive a little bit faster once our monument is done here, but we have just unlocked Discipline. So that's a policy that will give us +5 unit combat strength when fighting barbarians. Survey, double experience for recon units from exploration. And then the economic policies, God King, which we're almost certainly going to select, +1 faith and +1 gold. Building up faith per turn will help us get to a pantheon. We need 16 faith.
It is not wisdom,
right now we have 0. We know, Sean. We already heard from Thomas Hobbes. And then +1 production in all cities will probably replace God King when we're done with our pantheon. That'll help us earn some money though for a bit. I don't know. I mean, we're playing on high difficulty, so we're going to need this combat boost eventually, but right now I kind of want the scout to get more experience, especially because we are running with that mod for this particular series that gives us more experience to begin with. So let's do that first, and if we have to switch to give ourselves a combat boost, we will. Okay, so these are some grassland hills. We got a little bit of extra visibility from that warrior because we're standing on hills underneath those trees. But let's see what else we can discover. I guess I will go ahead and move this scout here. Okay, another barbarian scout. I'm glad I'm spotting the scouts early because I don't want them to find my city. And I'm pretty sure this one... Yeah, that indicator's there because he's already spotted in Ngulumapu. So we've got to stop him, but I think we'll be able to. Okay, so normally I would go for foreign trade here, but I kind of want to go for the Kimamol, which is the unique improvement again, what that does is it provides culture equal to 75% of the tile's appeal. Additional tourism after researching flight, and then minimum appeal of breathtaking. Now, if you saw on the actual series setup sidebar, I I don't know what minimum appeal of breathtaking means. It seems a little bit strange that it would only apply those bonuses if the tile was breathtaking or better, because breathtaking is decently high in terms of appeal. So I'm not sure that's what it is, but we'll have to see specifically just through experience what exactly that's saying. So I could go for craftsmanship, or I can go for foreign trade, which, again, I do need pretty soon, but I might need culture sooner. And the ability to have that, especially since we're going to have a builder, and we probably have some breathtaking tiles near us since we're near the water. Yeah, let's go for that first. That's our unique improvement, plus building that will give us era score because it's our unique improvement, and that will really be helpful to us in going for a golden age out of the gate. You just made the dumbest move you could have possibly made. Excellent. Let's use our scout to finish off the one that found our city. And he'll get some extra experience from that too. And a promotion. Very good. You're going to notice that because of the XP mod, the units are going to be promoted faster. That's part of what makes this a Lightning War series. And this is a bit of a dry run, but, well, not a dry run because it's definitely, this is a series on the channel. This is not a dry run, but it's a bit of an experiment because, you know, I'm going to go for Ranger here so we have movement speed across the board on various tile types. But we'll be able to tell from this series whether or not it's something I use going forward. I've used it enough in my own playthroughs to decide that I like it. But, okay, we finished our... let's see how we doing. We're almost ready to purchase that builder, but not quite. Let's go ahead and get our settler going. And if I put you on production focus, does that help? No. If I put you on food focus... Ooh. Let's go ahead and put the city on food focus. That'll help it grow considerably faster and not slow the settler down that much. And there is going to be a lot of... I mean, this is going to be a rapidly growing city, as I mentioned earlier. So that is fine by me. I think I would rather use my warrior to scout this direction. Okay, we have... Oh, we're the first to meet Armagh, even though they're decently close to Brazil. So that's a good sign that there's no other civilizations kind of in this area, which makes me very happy. Okay. And that means, of course, we also get a faith bonus from them. So that's incentive. We're getting +2 faith in the capital now. We're going to get a pantheon faster. And that is incentive to switch away from God King a little bit sooner as a policy. I like it. All right, so it seems like... Who are you? I'm guessing this is one of your units. Yeah, they're fighting these barbarians here. Oh, hello. All right. Okay, then. Let's get it on, guys. So they attacked me, but I'm going to get a promotion now as a result of this combat, even though they're going to kick my butt a little bit in the process.
I don't believe in astrology. I'm a Sagittarius, and we're skeptical.
I love that quote so much. Okay, let's go ahead and go for Battle Cry. They're gonna... These barbarians have immortal level combat bonuses, so they're still gonna attack me and probably be able to do a decent amount of damage. I'm a little bit nervous, but I'll stick to my guns. Let's move the scout over here, and then over there. Keep an eye on that scout. This scout hasn't discovered me, so I'm not as worried about him, but I still want to watch him if I can. I'm hoping that the city-state comes over to help out a little bit here. We'll see what happens. The city-state turn is, I think, before the barbarian's turn, so they might have a chance to attack the warrior before they have a chance to attack me. Okay, I'm going to do my usual and go for a pottery and writing next. We do have some mountains near us. It's not the best city for a campus to start out, but we have some mountains over here and maybe the start of a mountain range. So if we settle in this direction along this icy coast, we might be able to establish some science cities. Oh, okay, they went the wrong direction. They went for the scout, not my unit up here. So now these guys are going to take a beating. The spearmen are probably going to do... Oh no, they didn't attack! Okay, well, that actually gives me an interesting opportunity. I'm going to fortify that unit there, which will let them... I know it might seem advantageous to go ahead and attack, but I'd rather fortify them to give them the combat bonus. Let them take the combat bonus. Let them take a few extra hits and go from there. I could also use the scout to finish off this guy, but that's actually kind of tempting, to tell you the truth. Because the extra experience the scout would get, and I don't think the scout would be too vulnerable to the spearmen at this moment. You know what? I'm going to do it. That scout might level up again, or come close. Oh no, just 2 experience, because again, they're level 2. Normally, now this is the difference. This is what I'm talking about. The more barbarian XP, I talked about this not in this series, but I think in the Great Scott, and of course other Civilization series before Rise and Fall came out. Normally, barbarian XP would only have been 1 there, but we got 2. So it's still capped, it still is reduced a great deal after the first promotion that a unit gets. But let's let you keep healing up for a bit. I'll just keep them fortified. It might spawn another unit, but that's more experience from our warrior, so no problem there. Alright, what do I want to do here? I think I'm going to... Okay, that answers my question. I might go this... Well, I have to go this way now. But I'm a little bit excited because I feel like there's nothing to the west of Armagh that much. Okay, so now Pedro is being a little bit more diplomatic. He has just sent us a delegation.
And then left it. As if there would be bricks by chance and fortune.
Also, I forgot, we need to get our builder going. A little bit focused on the barbarians for a bit, but that's okay. That makes us maybe a little bit behind, but we will survive. Let's go for a delegation with Pedro, which will hopefully help improve our relationship with him, maybe. All right, we are not the first to meet Auckland, but I'm really glad to see Auckland. Auckland gives us additional production and shallow water tiles we control. So if we can become suzerain of them, I mean, Armagh gives us the ability to make monastery improvements, which is kind of cool, but not as cool as Auckland's bonus.
Without craftsmanship,
Speaking of that,
inspiration is a mere reed shaken.
or speaking of things that are cool, we now have our unique improvement. And our builder, which we just bought, I can build it on any tile that's breathtaking. Let's see. So maybe we can find out... that doesn't look right. There we go. Okay, it wasn't showing properly, but... Alright, so this is the appeal lens. Okay, question answered. I know what the minimum thing means now, because I don't think the game would be recommending a Kimamul to me. Or maybe I'm wrong. If I were to put the builder there, maybe it would still let me build it. Well, I want to get that rice first regardless, so we'll figure that out in a moment. Alright, let's go for foreign trade next. And we have our Pantheon. I think I will go for Divine Spark. Let me take a second to think about this, though, because I don't want to rush too much through these early decisions that I normally make. Divine Spark is very, very common for me. But what have we got? We are going to have pasture near us. We're going to have a mine there. We're going to have a plantation there for the olives. And we'll have a quarry there. And then some farms. Alright, so holy sites. +1 faith when adjacent to desert tiles. That could be useful, maybe. Because we have some desert near us. I mean, we could potentially put a city up here too, so we might want to settle that area before long. +1 faith from adjacent rainforest tiles, also potentially useful. As a matter of fact, if we were to settle a city like here, that would be one hell of a holy site if we put it right there on that mountaintop. On that hilltop, rather. +1 amenity to cities if they have a holy site district adjacent to a river. That's kind of doable. I like that idea a little bit too. Monument to the Gods, just production towards ancient and classical era wonders. Divine Spark, again, extra great person points from holy sites, campus districts, and theater squares. Good when you're going for religious, science, or culture victories, but we're not necessarily doing that this time. We've got all the victory options turned on, as you might have seen. But let's think about other options. +1 production from marsh, oasis, and floodplains. Alright, nothing really, no benefit there. +1 production from fishing boats. No real benefit there either, I don't think. We're not going to be a particularly coastal civ from what I'm seeing. +1 culture from pastures. That's what we're using in Great Scott. We are going to have some pastures, for sure. So that culture bonus would be tangible. Although it's only in our capital, I don't know that we would have as many pastures in surrounding cities from what I'm seeing. So that might be somewhat limited to go for God of the Open Sky. +1 food from camps. There are some elephants over here. We'll have camps there. Not much elsewhere, though. +2 faith from quarries. We will have some quarries around, that's for sure. So we'll get faith if we put a city there. Faith if we put quarries on... Well, there's really just going to be one there. +1 production from mines over strategic resources. Can't really see where those are yet. Aside from... Well, that's a bonus resource, not a strategic resource. So that's talking about like niter and iron, for instance. And eventually, like coal. +1 food from wine, incense, cocoa, tobacco, olives. So this would give us additional food from some of the resources we have nearby. We do have some citrus near and some dye, so we can get culture from those. Let's see. Citrus and dyes. But that's not much better than God of the Open Sky. As a matter of fact, we would do better with God of the Open Sky for a culture bonus than Oral Tradition. God of the Forge, 25% production towards ancient and classical military units. Nah. I don't like going with pantheons that wear off, that are only useful for certain portions of the game. Yes, those advantages can give you a leg up for the rest of the game, but I would rather enjoy the bonus that I'm getting from the pantheon for the entirety of the game. That's just kind of my personal preference. 50% faith for each barbarian outpost cleared. Healing by 30 in your holy site district. Fertility rights and religious settlements are pretty basic, across the board boost that we would get for the entire game. Faster border expansion rate. City growth being 10% higher. That could be useful. Harvesting a resource or removing a feature receives faith equal to the other yield's quantity. We're not going to do that a lot though. And then 25% production when districts have never been built in a city before. That's a newer pantheon they've added. So I think what it comes down to, I kind of liked Sacred Path. We do have some adjacent rainforest, and there's a good amount of desert nearby. I could have a city or two that took advantage of that. Maybe. But I wouldn't be able to do anything with it in my capital, is the thing. I wouldn't be able to do anything with Sacred Path in my capital either. River Goddess, however, I would be able to do something with in virtually all of my cities, especially if we manage to get a city up there before Brazil does. So, yeah, I'm going back and forth between a westernized, or I guess you could say Americanized, American pronunciation of Brazil, and then the traditional Spanish, as opposed to Mexican pronunciation of Brazil. That TH sound for the Z. Brazil. It's a bit of a stumper. I think I want to go... See, Divine Spark is still tempting for me, honestly. I mean, the extra scientist points and theater square points, especially because we're playing on Immortal, that still is pulling me harder than any of these, to tell you the absolute truth. Fertility rights is kind of tempting. You know what? I'm glad I did that thinking process, and maybe that was helpful to you if you're a newer player and you wanted to think about, the bonuses of different Pantheon beliefs, but I think I will go for Divine Spark this particular series. Let's found that Pantheon, and our progress towards mysticism has advanced considerably as a result. Nice. Let's hop across the river here and keep exploring with that scout next. That took a while, I know. Okay, Barbarian Scout has found me there. I think that's the scout that belongs to this outpost, though. So I should be okay-ish, maybe. I'm a little bit worried about them. Well, they won't be able to get to this builder this turn, I don't think. Alright, so we've got that improved. And then this scout needs to head down to that hilltop. Let's go to that hilltop. Perfect, another goodie hut. And it looks like a coastline here. I'm interested to see... This is a fractal map we're playing on. What wonder was just built? Stonehenge? Okay. Well, so much for that. Somebody else got Stonehenge, which means somebody else got a religion. We can go for a holy site after our settler's done. And we got a promotion with our warrior. That's good. Our progress towards military tradition has advanced considerably. And our knowledge of bronze working has advanced considerably. Okay, let's go up to... Hang on, let me look at appeal again. Yeah, I need breathtaking in order to build a chemomole. So I still want to send them up to build a farm there for growth purposes, but okay, we can't get to that tile until I thought it was saying that I could get there in this turn, but I guess not. An unmet city-state has been defeated, and it looks like a brand new barbarian encampment just popped up. We got the boost towards archery and towards the wheel. That's quite good. Now let me get the heck away from those guys. There's a lot of desert on this section of the world. So we have +1 air score. We are 5 away from from steering clear of a dark age, thankfully. I do want to go ahead and see if I can go for a religion, though. So let's see. Where would be the best spot to throw down a holy site? If I built one here, I might eventually be able to plant woods over here and improve the boost from this. I've said that in a lot of my playthroughs. It's a strategy I've just recently started using. I guess, yeah, I'll put it there. We want that as soon as possible. Let's take you off of food focus and switch it up a little bit. We're going to have you building a little bit faster. And then I do think I want to bring the warrior back toward Ngulumapu because I'm a little bit nervous about that barbarian scout that found me a second ago. All right, so this settler, I kind of want to put them up here, but the thing is they're within loyalty pressure of Brazilian cities at that point, and that's not good. So maybe the better idea would be to have them down on like a coastal tile here. If I put them here, they'd be in range of that rice and also in range of several fish resources, as well as some snow tiles that would give us access to some in-game wonders. So that's kind of a cool idea for me. Let's put them down there, and that barbarian scout might be an interesting way to chase that barbarian, because they are headed back to their encampment, but I don't think the encampment would be able to get a unit back up this direction before the settler was ready to settle. Unless the encampment's probably like right here or so, because I'm seeing coastline there. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, see, we can't build a Kimamo. I guess we do need breathtaking appeal. So that's what it means. That's the answer to the question. We need that minimum. We need the minimum of breathtaking in order to build a Kimamo. That's fine. I do want to go ahead and get a farm down because this city needs to grow as much as it can. On production focus, that won't help me much right now, but I don't have the tech to improve the production tiles just yet. So let's put our builder just back in the city center and send you down this direction. Okay, we found a barbarian warrior, and it does look like this would be a good campus area if we continue putting cities kind of in this direction. So I'll keep an eye on that. This warrior does have a promotion available to him, so let's go ahead and give him Tortoise so he heals up. Okay, there's that scout, and he's going some other random direction.
All you have to do is cross out the wrong words.
Okay, so now I have access to the campus district as well as the library. Let's move you one more tile farther down. And we are definitely going to be able to settle here with virtually no threat, which is nice. Let's see. Should I go for mining next or animal husbandry? I mean, these building a pasture here will give me additional production from this tile, I believe. Let me triple check that. I'm almost positive it's production, but now I'm second guessing myself. Yeah, it's production. Whereas these are already production tiles, and we are kind of in a building mode at the moment. So you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and go for mining first. That'll also help me advance towards military techs a little bit more. And it appears our scout is in a little bit of trouble. I could try and get him past the warrior this way. Although it might be... That warrior is going to kick his ass. I'd rather save the scout and pull him back. So that's a little unfortunate. I wanted to scout down that direction for more goody huts, but I don't think there's other civilizations down here, which is great news because we have some space to expand into as we start here. Although, to be completely candid, I was kind of hoping Spain would be, like, super close. Okay, now I'm annoyed. I'm going to have to back the settler off one tile because this scout has just wandered back into the area, and I want to make sure he doesn't get captured. Because that would... Oh, it's actually a second scout. That's a different scout. Crap. Crap, crap, crap. He's getting close to that. See, I didn't notice that it wasn't the same barbarian, so I didn't think he would continue to pursue. All right, let's move the settler onto the same tile as the warrior. Thank God he was close enough. All right, we have unlocked foreign trade, and we've gotten our first, our pantheon, so we can go ahead and go for +1 production in all cities. A little bit annoyed that this scout is slowing down the settlement of our first city. Let's see, state workforce. I almost always go for early empire once I have these two available, but now that state workforce requires, or that now that government plaza is unlocked by state workforce, I almost like going for this first. So we can get our government building a little sooner. Let's do that. All right, let's see where this scout's going, because he's running to some camp. All right, good riddance. That scout's been dealt with, and now we can resume our settlement process. And I will go ahead and bring this warrior down this direction because I feel like there's an encampment he's going to need to say hello to before too long. All right, so this scout is pretty much safe, I think.
When you find yourself in a hole, quit digging.
All right, so now we've unlocked mining, so we can build quarries, we can build mines, and we can chop down... we can do all kinds of things, really. Let me go ahead and improve that stone first. I think this is our last builder charge. How much until we can buy another builder? They're probably more expensive now. Yep, slightly more expensive, 140. Let's go for animal husbandry next. Round out those first few technologies. Settler's going to cross there. Warrior's going to cross there. Looks like we're in good shape. I'm just going to step to the edge here and get a little bit better visibility on the area. And go this way. Okay. No goodie huts this direction. Need to look that way, and then we're going to send the scout elsewhere. Brazil is expanding the new settlement to Stockholm. That actually is the city-state of Stockholm. I continue to be baffled at the Civ 6 high-level AI, the way that they conquer city-states. It's crazy. I do want to go ahead and build a shrine in the holy site, because we're moving towards hopefully being able to get a religion. Great profit-wise, there is someone moving towards Confucius of the classical era, so we'll have to see if we can catch up with them. But let's see. I will give the order for this city to go down. Pikun Mapu has been founded, and I want to move this warrior back up to the home city. Let's go through this turn. We're at turn 28. I think I do... Well, let's actually go for the trader first and foremost. I'll put you on food focus. Yeah, there's nothing in the area that a focus would help with at the moment. I'm going to have that scout hunker down and heal for a bit, and we are going to improve that tile there. Okay, with that, I will go ahead and end this first episode of Swifthawk Lightning War here. In the next one, we are going to continue to colonize along this river and see if we can get this mountain area locked down, maybe with our 4th city, maybe our 3rd, we'll see. And then it would be nice to have pretty much this entire side of the continent locked down. It's a similarly shaped area to where we, to the continent we're in. It's smaller, but it's a similarly shaped area to the continent we're on in Great Scott right now, which is on break on the channel. But we'll be coming back to that before long. But you might have also caught at the beginning of the series, I said that this series is coming out every day at 10 a.m. We are actually changing time slots on the channel now. I am permanently moving my traditional time slots back by 2 hours each. So what was noon is now going to be 10 a.m. Eastern time, and what was 6 p.m. is now going to be 4 p.m. And I'm doing that for my European viewers mainly, but also for my American viewers, because I think having the content come out earlier in the day gives everyone a chance to get to it at a time that might be more convenient to them. I think the majority of my viewers will benefit from the change. I hope it doesn't. I hope it's not a detriment to anyone. I'm sure there are some time zones in farther areas of the world for me where it's a bit of a shift. So I apologize if it's inconvenient, but I think based on when most people watch my content, it will be something that helps both you guys and helps the channel. So we are going to do that. Thanks for watching this first one. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. Like I said, new episodes are going to be coming out every day at 10 a.m. Eastern time, which is when I'm going to do all my historical and grand strategy stuff going forward. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time.